Expectation of what you're gonna do to people?
No, because they expect I will like smash or like, you know, that's why we have a lot of talk about after the first fight against Volkanovski, and that fight, the last fight, I think everybody expect I smash Dustin, but this guy is a high-level fighter. It's not easy to finish someone, you know.
In the world of MMA, champions are defined not just by how they win, but by who they beat. And when it comes to defending a title, no challenge is greater than facing an opponent who knows your game, as well as Arman Tsarukyan knows Islam Makhachev. With their rematch just around the corner, fans are buzzing. Can Makhachev maintain his dominance, or has Tsarukyan evolved enough to turn the tables? This fight isn't just another title defense. It's a test of strategy, skill, and mental toughness. Since their first clash, both fighters have transformed. Makhachev, now a reigning champion, has added layers to his game, proving he's more than just a grappler. Meanwhile, Tsarukyan has sharpened his striking and fine-tuned his wrestling, taking down elite opponents to climb back into title contention. In this video, we'll dive deep into their journey. You'll learn about the changes these fighters have made since their first meeting, the rigorous training camps shaping their performance, and why this rematch could be a defining moment in lightweight history. Stay with us to discover what makes this fight not just another chapter, but a potential turning point in MMA. Who comes out on top? That's the question we'll explore, so stick around because you don't want to miss what's next. Back in April 2019, Islam Makhachev and Arman Tsarukyan squared off in a fight that would go down as one of the most competitive battles in the lightweight division. At the time, Makhachev was already gaining attention as the next dominant force from Dagestan, while Tsarukyan, just 22 years old, was making his UFC debut. Despite being an underdog, Tsarukyan showed the MMA world that he was far more than just a prospect. From the opening moments, it was clear this wasn't going to be a typical Makhachev fight. Tsarukyan brought relentless energy and surprising technical precision, keeping the champion in the making on his toes. In a division filled with dangerous strikers and well-rounded athletes, few had dared to wrestle with Makhachev at his own game. Yet Tsarukyan not only engaged in those exchanges, he excelled. One of the most shocking moments came when Tsarukyan successfully secured a takedown on Makhachev, something that rarely happens against a fighter with his wrestling pedigree. For his part, Makhachev remained calm under pressure. As the fight wore on, his experience began to show. While Tsarukyan managed to counter Makhachev's grappling and scramble back to his feet several times, Makhachev adjusted his game plan. He focused on controlling positions and landing timely strikes to keep the momentum in his favor. By the end of 3 grueling rounds, Makhachev emerged victorious via unanimous decision. However, the scorecards didn't tell the full story. This was far from an easy win. What made this fight so memorable wasn't just its competitiveness, but how evenly matched the fighters were in critical areas. Both showcased elite wrestling, high fight IQ, and impressive cardio. For Makhachev, it was a valuable lesson on not underestimating an opponent. For Tsarukyan, it was proof that he could hang with the division's elite, even in his UFC debut. The fight also left fans and analysts with a lingering question. If this was how close their first meeting was, what would happen in a rematch when both fighters had more experience? That question will finally be answered soon, but the groundwork for this highly anticipated rematch was laid in one of the most thrilling contests of 2019. This first fight didn't just test Makhachev. It proved that Tsarukyan, even as a newcomer, was destined for greatness in the lightweight division. Since his first fight with Islam Makhachev, Arman Tsarukyan has transformed from a promising young talent into a legitimate contender in the lightweight division. His evolution is nothing short of remarkable. At just 22 years old during their initial encounter, Tsarukyan showcased raw potential. Now, years later, he has refined his skills and developed a well-rounded game that places him among the best in the UFC. One of the most significant areas of growth for Tsarukyan has been his striking. Early in his career, his stand-up was solid but not as polished as it is today. Now, his striking combinations are faster, more accurate, and layered with feints that confuse even experienced opponents. His ability to mix punches, kicks, and elbows seamlessly has turned him into a dangerous striker who can keep opponents guessing. But striking isn't the only area where Tsarukyan has improved. His grappling, already strong during his debut, has become even more refined. He's enhanced his ability to defend takedowns, maintain positional control, and create submission opportunities. His fight IQ has also evolved, allowing him to adapt mid-fight and outsmart even the most skilled adversaries. A closer look at his recent fights highlights just how much Tsarukyan has progressed. His win against Mansour Barnawi showcased his ability to dictate the pace of a fight. Tsarukyan used his grappling to neutralize Barnawi's submission threats while landing calculated ground and pound to dominate every round. This fight proved that Tsarukyan's conditioning and control have reached elite levels. Against Charles Oliveira, Tsarukyan faced a veteran with dangerous submissions and striking power. Many doubted whether Tsarukyan could keep up with Oliveira's aggressive style. Yet Tsarukyan surprised everyone with his ability to match Oliveira's intensity, defend against high-pressure attacks, and land significant strikes of his own. Though Oliveira's experience posed challenges, Tsarukyan demonstrated his growing confidence and ability to adjust under pressure. A large part of Tsarukyan's evolution stems from his relentless dedication to training. He's known for embracing grueling camps that focus on every aspect of MMA: striking, wrestling, grappling, and conditioning. Working with world-class coaches and sparring partners, Tsarukyan has created a training environment that pushes him to grow with each fight. What sets him apart is his hunger. For Tsarukyan, every fight is an opportunity to prove himself and silence doubters. With each victory, he inches closer to his ultimate goal, UFC gold. As he prepares to face Makhachev again, Tsarukyan is no longer the young underdog from their first meeting. He's a well-rounded, battle-tested fighter ready to challenge the lightweight division's top tier. Tsarukyan's growth is undeniable, and his rematch with Makhachev is the ultimate chance to show the world just how far he's come. Islam Makhachev has become more than just a UFC champion. He's a symbol of the enduring legacy of Dagestan's legendary fighters. Carrying the torch passed down by his mentor, Khabib Nurmagomedov, Makhachev represents a style of fighting that blends discipline, relentless wrestling, and technical brilliance. But maintaining that dominance isn't easy, especially when every fight carries the weight of expectations from fans in the MMA community. Makhachev's success is deeply tied to the Dagestani tradition of producing world-class fighters. Wrestling is a way of life in this region, and Makhachev has used his grappling skills to carve out a reputation as one of the most dominant forces in lightweight history. But his dominance isn't limited to the ground game. Over the years, Makhachev has shown a well-rounded skill set, incorporating crisp striking, improved stand-up defense, and an ability to finish fights in a variety of ways. Every time he steps into the octagon, he's not just defending a belt, he's defending a legacy. Despite his dominance, Makhachev has faced tougher challenges as he continues to take on the best in the division. His fight against Dustin Poirier highlighted this perfectly. Poirier, known for his grit and striking, pushed Makhachev in ways fans hadn't seen before. While many expected a one-sided performance, Poirier's ability to defend takedowns and land effective shots surprised the MMA world. Yet Makhachev's resilience and strategic adjustments led to a submission victory in the later rounds, proving once again why he's a champion. His clashes with Alexander Volkanovski further demonstrated the pressure Makhachev faces as a dominant champion. Volkanovski, a featherweight moving up in weight, was able to challenge Makhachev with his unorthodox style and incredible cardio. The first fight, though a victory for Makhachev, left fans debating whether he had truly dominated. Their rematch, however, erased doubts as Makhachev delivered a decisive finish. These fights showed that while opponents may rise to the occasion, Makhachev finds a way to rise higher. For a fighter as dominant as Makhachev, the bar is set incredibly high. Fans expect every fight to be a showcase of absolute superiority, and anything less is seen as underwhelming. This double-edged sword has added immense pressure to his performances. Even when he finishes high-level opponents, some fans criticize his inability to make it look effortless. But in the world of elite MMA, no victory is easy, something Makhachev is proving with each title defense. A significant factor in Makhachev's success is his relentless preparation. Training out of California ahead of his upcoming fights, Makhachev has access to state-of-the-art facilities and world-class sparring partners. His camps are famously grueling, focusing not only on physical conditioning, but also on refining techniques and strategies. Under the guidance of Khabib Nurmagomedov, Makhachev benefits from the wisdom of someone who's already walked this path. What's unique about his preparation is the mental discipline instilled by his Dagestani roots. Every session is a step toward perfection, with an emphasis on outworking and outlasting any opponent. From wrestling sessions that pushes cardio to its limits to detailed game planning with his coaches, Makhachev ensures no stone is left unturned. This meticulous approach is why he's not just winning fights. He's consistently outclassing some of the best fighters in the world. This rematch between Islam Makhachev and Arman Tsarukyan is far from a repeat of their first encounter. Both fighters have evolved significantly since their 2019 clash. But what truly sets this fight apart? Makhachev, now a dominant champion, has seen it all in the octagon. He's more experienced, more composed, and has likely studied every move Tsarukyan has made since their first bout. His understanding of Tsarukyan's game is sharper, and he's known for his ability to adapt to any opponent. However, this time he's facing a different Arman Tsarukyan, one who has leveled up in all aspects of the fight game. Tsarukyan has added powerful new weapons to his arsenal. His striking is more precise, his grappling is sharper, and his fight IQ has skyrocketed. He's no longer the inexperienced fighter Makhachev once faced. The question is, will these improvements be enough to overcome Makhachev's elite wrestling and championship mentality? Key questions loom over this rematch. Can Makhachev finish Tsarukyan, a feat he couldn't achieve the first time? Or will Tsarukyan's growth expose vulnerabilities in Makhachev's game? One thing is clear, this fight will test both men in ways they've never been tested before. For Islam Makhachev, this fight is about more than just defending his title. It's about solidifying his legacy as one of the greatest lightweights in UFC history. A victory over a vastly improved Tsarukyan would prove that Makhachev isn't just a champion. He's the standard by which future lightweight champions will be measured. For Arman Tsarukyan, the stakes couldn't be higher. This is his chance to dethrone one of the most dominant fighters in the sport and rewrite the story of his career. A win here would elevate him from contender to legend, cementing his name in the history books as the man who toppled the king. This isn't just another title fight, it's a battle for legacy, redemption, and the right to call oneself the best in the world. Both men have everything to lose and even more to gain, making this one of the most anticipated fights in recent memory. January can't come soon enough. Whether you're backing the dominant champion Islam Makhachev or rooting for the hungry challenger Arman Tsarukyan, one thing is certain, this fight promises to be a showdown for the ages. Both fighters have evolved. The stakes couldn't be higher, and fans around the world are counting down the days. Who do you think will come out on top? Share your predictions in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell icon so you never miss our in-depth fight analyses and updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.